Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Racha Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders. Double honors to my elder, Aharawan Ban Yasharala of the Lions Den Camp, here in Jacksonville, Florida. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den Camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. And not today, I'll be coming out with a lesson, and this on this article. And as it says here, tariffs on China set to rise to at least 104% on Wednesday, White House says. It says President Trump is set to impose an additional 84% in levies across all Chinese imports on Wednesday. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announced on Tuesday that will mean all goods from the country are subject to a tariff of at least 104%. That would mean all goods coming to America will be dangerously overpriced. That will cause a lot of things to happen. Civil unrest, famine, uproars of the people, but let's continue. It says China has already set to see tariffs increase by 34% on Wednesday as part of Trump's reciprocal tariff package. But the president tacked on another 50% after Beijing didn't back off its promise to impose a 34% retaliatory tariffs on U.S. goods by noon on Tuesday. You see how this devil do, man? This devil impose tariffs, and then when people respond in defense or reaction to the tariffs, this devil, we're gonna put more tariffs. See, man, this is how you know that these devils ain't fit to rule nothing. This is only gonna cause more of a burden for Babylon, America. But hey, sit thou in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Come get in a low position, and that's all this is doing. But let's continue. It says countries like China who have chosen to retaliate and to try to double down on their mistreatment of American workers are making a mistake, Leavitt told reporters on Tuesday. President Trump has a spine of steel he will not break. Well, guess what? These other nations have a heart of steel. The Lord is making these other nations head, or should I say their heart, hard against this place. So it's only going to mean the demise for Babylon, America, not for the whole world. It says the Chinese want to make a deal. They just don't know how to do it. No, they know how to do it, but let's continue. I ain't got no opinions here. I got like a few scriptures and I'm going to end it. It says she declined to share what, if any, terms Trump would consider to lower the tariffs on China. Let's continue. It says China was America's second largest source of imports last year, shipping a total of $439 billion worth of goods to the U.S., while the U.S. exported $144 billion worth of goods to China, called Halayim Laya Hawabashim Yahushai. The mutual tariffs threaten to hurt domestic industries and are poised to result in layoffs. Of course, all of that. These tariffs, these retaliatory tariffs from these other countries is just, again, it's going to be a burden unto this place. It's going to cause layoffs. It's going to cause people to not have income coming in. It's going to cause people to have to pay more at the shelves, at the pump, or online, whatever. So this is not a good thing for Babylon, America. But this is also the Heavenly Father's words coming true about this place going down. So let's continue. It says dozens of other countries, as well as the European Union, also face a midnight deadline for new tariff rates. Those rates, which Trump laid out last week, range from 11% to 50%. Levitt told reporters that despite several conversations with world leaders aiming to negotiate lower tariff rates, Trump has little appetite to delay his plans. Having spoken with Trump earlier on Tuesday, Levitt said he expects that these tariffs are going to go into effect. So there you have it. The devil imposed tariffs on these other countries, and then these other countries impose retaliatory tariffs, and this devil's like, well, since you not gonna change your mind, I'm gonna add some more tariffs. Which this is not a bully game. The strategy on the world stage has changed, and it has changed to war. This is not a tit for tat as they try to paint it. Every action deserves an equal and opposite reaction. And that's what's going on. Psalms chapter 10, verse 2. It says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. So the wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. The wicked in his pride always coming to get somebody that is considered weak or not as strong. So this devil comes against them in their pride, thinking that these poor and or other weak nations or people can't unite and gain strength and withstand or stand up to this devil. So in that, while this devil is boasting and being prideful, the Lord is going to cause this devil to be taken in the same devices that this devil has imagined with this tariff thing. America is going to get took in the same devices. Why? Because America has been a consumer country for years. They have not exported anything. So any imports coming from other countries to this place, those other countries put levies and or tariffs on those goods. That means America has to pay more to get those goods, which is going to backfire for America when they try to do the tariff thing. Well, doing the tariff thing, and again, it's just going to backfire. That's it. Let's continue. Verse 3, it says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and the Lord is like it, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh hateth. So the wicked, all they do is boast of their heart's desire. We're going to do this Agenda 2030, 2050, whatever that tomfoolery is. We're going to do this here and that there. That's the wicked boasting of his heart's desire, of their heart's desire, in which they're not going to obtain any of it. Hell, they ain't going to even be able to get it off the ground good for the Lord to say, okay, boom, my fury, my anger, my wrath, my judgment, over. The Lord finna come one shot this devil. If you're a gamer, you know what a one shot is. Meaning you got all, you think you strong, you think you got all this good items and accessories and armor, and one monster come, whack you, fight over, get what? Game over, restart. That's what's finna happen with this devil. Except for ain't gonna be no restart when it come out of this devil. Once he get whacked, game over. That's it. No restart, no new game plus, just game over, done. Data deleted. But continuing, this devil blesses the covetous, whom the heavenly Father Yahweh abhorreth. See, this devil, they bless themselves for doing wickedness on the earth. They give unto themselves. They take from others and then give unto themselves. That's some wicked sugar honey iced tea. Let's continue. Verse 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. So these wicked devils, the wicked through the pride of their countenance, being lofty, lifted up, haughty, they don't seek after This devil doesn't seek after the Heavenly Father. This devil doesn't consult the Lord, because this devil think that he knows better than Yahweh. Why Yahweh Shai? This devil think that he's more powerful. That's why his dumb ass is finna try to fight Yahweh Shai, which is another prophecy, a war in heaven, when Yahweh Shai come back. And guess what? That devil gonna lose. One shot, game over. But the Heavenly Father is not in all this devil's thoughts. See, all this stuff that's going on right now with this tariff, this devil ain't thinking about the Heavenly Father running and controlling everything. This devil think that he's just going to bully and do what he going to do and everything going to go the way he going to go. No, this is the end. This is salvation for Yasha Allah. Last point. Verse 5. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight, Salakia. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. And that's what this devil is doing. This devil's ways are always grievous. 104% on a tariff to another. That's grievous. But see, the judgments of the Heavenly Father are far above either this devil's sight, his mindset, his pay grade. But this devil stay puffing and huffing at his enemies. You know, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna do this. What you gonna do? You gonna stand right there and let me do it. You know, that's how this devil move. And then when the proverbial, we'll say the punch or the kick or the jab or the knee or the elbow come, this devil gonna be screaming and hollering. So again, this devil's ways are always grievous to others. And he's always puffing at his enemies. And with these tariffs, this devil has been puffing at these other nations with tariffs, thinking that ain't nothing finna happen. Well, these other nations have imposed retaliatory tariffs, because this ain't the 90s no more. This ain't World War II. America is not on top no more. This is the downfall of Babylon. Shalom.